The Boston Red Sox, by far, in my opinion, had one of the most underrated and quiet off seasons compared to the other teams in the MLB. Yes, they made a lot of moves, but for some reason, a lot of people aren't talking about these moves. They're talking about the Alex Bregmans of the world going to Boston, but they're not talking about the other guys that the Red Sox have gotten this offseason. We're going to get into this right now. So, the Boston Red Sox last year finished 81-81, and it was a very frustrating 500 season for the Red Sox. And honestly, this season, they are going to be a lot better than 81-81. They will probably be in the wild card race. I don't think they are good enough to win the AL East, but honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if they were able to do that. So let's get into the free agents that they lost. So some key guys that the Red Sox were losing this offseason were Tyler O'Neill going to the rival Orioles, 3 years, $49.5 million. Nick Pivetta goes to the Padres, 4 years, $55 million. Kenley Jansen, 1 year, $10 million to the Angels. Chris Martin, another reliever, 1 year, $5.5 million to the Rangers. Danny Jansen, 1 year, $8.5 million to the Tampa Bay Rays. Luis Garcia, Reese McGuire, and Garrett Cooper all get minor league contracts. So going down to their projected lineup for opening day, and man, this is a very solid lineup in my opinion, especially the top of it. Jarren Duran, Rafael Devers, the newly acquired Alex Bregman projected to be second base right now, Tristan Casas, Masataka Yoshida, Trevor Story, Wilyer Abreu, who had a pretty solid year last year, Connor Wong, and Ceddanne Rafaela. I like this lineup a lot, especially with the addition of an Alex Bregman who is projected a 3.7 WAR, and honestly, I think is a little bit undervalued there. I think Alex Bregman is going to have a better year. I made a previous video talking about how he mashes in Fenway Park. I'm very curious how that is going to translate over a full season, however. I know that he only has 21 career games at Fenway, but if you go look up his stats at Fenway Park, it is absolutely absurd, especially his career OPS there. It's over 1,000. So let's just take a quick brief look at Alex Bregman's projections for this coming season. So right now they have him at a projected 260 batting average, literally the same as last year. His OBP going up from 315 to 340, and that might be just helping at Fenway Park. A slugging percentage of 453 going to 441, WOBA of 331 up to 340, WRC plus from 118 just down by 1 to 117. Home runs 26 down to 24. I think projections really like him going to Fenway. I know OBP, you just got to be patient. And here's the thing about OBP and Alex Bregman. He is a very patient hitter. He is not a guy to strike out a lot. He has a very solid strikeout percentage, very solid chase rate, whiff rate, all that. He's a very patient and very disciplined guy at the plate. This is a great bat to have in a Red Sox lineup that's pretty young. Jarren Duran, Tristan Casas, Ceddanne Rafaela, Wilyer Abreu, all those other guys. This is a solid veteran mentor to add to a Rafael Devers. Even a Trevor Story, even though he's hurt a lot, those are solid veterans to teach these younger guys to be more disciplined at the plate. So I really like this signing for the Boston Red Sox. Let's get into the pitching because I really liked what they did. So getting into the pitching very briefly, this was the major move they did, and I feel like a lot of people are forgetting about this one. This happened at the end of the winter meetings. They were able to land White Sox ace Garrett Crochet in exchange for a few top prospects in the Red Sox system. And let me just say, Garrett Crochet's addition to this Boston Red Sox team is going to make this rotation pretty nasty and very underrated in my opinion. They have his projected ERA going from a 3.58 last year, dropping to a 2.99. A sub-3 ERA for Garrett Crochet projected in his first year as a Boston Red Sox. They have him at a solid strikeout percentage of 31.3% of the time. A walk rate of 7.6%. They have him pitching over 157 innings. I like that for Garrett Crochet's standards. That is up from his 146. They have him getting 31 starts compared to the 32 he had in Chicago last year. I think it just depends on how their schedule pans out. I think that could get higher for him. But I overall really like these projections, and I think Boston did the right thing. Now, here's the question about Garrett Crochet. When teams were trying to inquire on trading for him last season, he said he wanted to sign an extension. This has not happened yet. He is 25, and I'm wondering when is he going to sign this extension, and it's probably, I could see, coming pretty soon because he's arbitration eligible in 2025 at the end of this coming season. He's only making $3.8 million this year. He's definitely going to be worth more than that. So honestly, Garrett Crochet will probably be a Red Sox for a while to come. Garrett Crochet, however, was not the only pitcher the Red Sox are able to bring in. So let's just go through the rest of their rotation. And they have a projected 6-man rotation. They even brought in a guy who's on the injured list and will be out this year, who will probably be in this rotation next season. It was honestly a pretty solid addition I think a lot of people forgot about. So let's get into this. They also brought Tanner Houck, Brian Bayo, Walker Buehler, who was another big addition they got from the Dodgers. So they stole him from the World Series champions. They bring him to Boston, and he's already said he wants to finish his career in Boston. They have him projected at a 1.8 WAR, a 4.27 ERA as their 4 starter, by the way, Walker Buehler, who would probably be a number 2 or 3 on any other team. Lucas Giolito and Cutter Crawford round out the 5 and 6 spots. So I'm wondering if they're going to go to a 5-man rotation for the regular season, or is this just going to be a 6-man rotation all year? So now this Red Sox bullpen, I would say, is very headlined by the league veterans that they have here. Liam Hendricks, they brought in Aroldis Chapman to start this offseason from the Pirates. They also have Justin Wilson they brought in from the Reds. Now here's the thing. They have a couple Rule 5 guys in there that have worked out. Garrett Whitlock, who was a Rule 5 guy from the Yankees back in 2020. They have Justin Slayton, Greg Weisser, and Josh Winskowski as well. So I think this bullpen, even though it's very top-heavy when it comes to league veterans like Hendricks, Chapman, and Wilson, I think that's going to equal out pretty nice with these younger guys they have in there. So I think this bullpen is going to be really solid. And now let's get into the final piece of this. I want to talk about the starter they also brought in being Patrick Sandoval. No one has really been talking about Patrick Sandoval that much. He's not going to be pitching this season. But when I look at the Red Sox for years to come, he is going to be there, and I think this was a solid move by the Red Sox bringing in a Patrick Sandoval, who does have some injury issues. He had injury issues with the Angels, but was a pretty reliable starter with the Los Angeles Angels. So I think Patrick Sandoval, very underrated move. I kind of think about this like the Brewers brought in Brandon Woodruff back. He missed all last season. He's going to be pitching this year. Brandon Woodruff, solid pitcher, injury issues, but here's the thing. That brings his contract value down. You bring him in for cheaper, he's going to give you a lot of value on the field. So I like this move for the Red Sox. Overall, this Red Sox offseason, in my opinion, their team construction, I think, gets an A. If anything might need improvement, it might be the bullpen, but even then, I still like it. I love the rotation. I like the lineup. Maybe improve Trevor Story or Masataka Yoshida, if anything. But honestly, I think they're set up for success. I think they are going to be better than 81 and 81. And I'm really excited to see what Boston does this season. Thank you all for watching this version of the MLB Outlooks for 2025. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell for post notifications so you know when the rest of these are going to be going up. We're trying to hit 300 subscribers by the start of opening day. We are almost there, about less than 20 away. Make sure to like the video, comment your thoughts overall on the Red Sox offseason, because honestly, I think it was pretty dang good. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time.